In 1988, I realized that the general public would not get access to the internet unless we turned this into an economic engine that was somehow self-supporting. So I lobbied for permission to connect the MCI mail system, which I had built for MCI in 1983, to the internet as an experiment. Of course, the reason I wanted to do that was not only to see whether the MCI mail system could interoperate with the internet email, but I also wanted to break the barrier that said no commercial traffic was permitted on the government-sponsored backbones, because MCI mail was a commercial product. So they allowed me to make that interconnection. We set up a gateway in 1989, and several things happened in consequence. The first thing that happened is that the other commercial email carriers like Telemail and Telemail from Telenet, OnTime from TimeNet, CompuServe, and others insisted on being connected to the internet as well because they saw that as a useful thing to offer their customers. What they hadn't anticipated, I think, is that having connected to the internet, all of those heretofore separated email services were suddenly interconnected with each other. So everyone on all those commercial mail systems could talk to each other through the internet protocols. The second thing that happened is that in that same year, 3 commercial internet service providers popped up. One was called UUNet, one was called PSINet, one was called SurfNet out in San Diego. So you can count the commercial launch of internet in 1989. About that same time, interestingly, Tim Berners-Lee was starting to get interested in his work at CERN, which eventually became the World Wide Web, which he released in something like December of 1991. Ironically, this was not a sponsored project at CERN, although CERN now proudly claims to be the birthplace of the World Wide Web. This was being done as a skunkworks operation. It got announced and released in 91. Not too many people noticed this, except that Mark Andreessen and Eric Bina at the National Center for Supercomputer Applications built a graphical browser program called Mosaic. And it turned the internet into what looked like a colorful magazine because the web pages were formatted text and images and eventually streaming audio and video. So the Mosaic application was a real trigger that excited a lot of people to make use of the internet as a mechanism for sharing information, which of course is what Tim Berners-Lee was hoping for.